I think the colour palette was the starting point. You know, I really wanted to look at colours which were rich, jewel-like, you know, things that are kind of rooted in antiquity in the past, but how I could use it in my own way, so that was it.
5 minutes and I'm...
It's very simple actually. We use an accessory in the hair today, very thick elastic band. Jonathan liked the idea almost this time. He wanted it to be very pure, quite architectural, very modern. You know, the clothes have a slight reference to the 40s a little bit in a way, like the prints and everything. So we didn't want the hair to look too retro in a way. The hair's very, very clean off the face. We're putting the band over the top of it, and then a very, very tight ponytail in the back, sewing it onto the hairlines at the back. So it's just very, very perfect, very clean. And then we're just making the ends of the hair with the ponytail very blunt. We're using a little bit of extension and just using a pair of scissors, just cutting it very blunt.
So I just go, I pick up my... The look this evening is like a 1930s smoky, greasy inspired eye. It's lots and lots of clumpy mascara, a little bit of shading, kind of a tobacco coloured eyeshadow, well, like a cream shadow, and then lip gloss on the top of it. So you get this kind of shiny, slightly tobacco coloured eye. The lip colour is like a really gorgeous nude colour, and the clothes are really beautiful. They're very super gorgeous, quite bright colours, lots of patterns. So we wanted to keep the girls quite neutral, but still very reflective.
These are nice.
Oh, the socks?
Yeah, I've got like sock combos.
I think socks are...
A photographer called Paul Outerbridge, and he used a lot of decadent colours and velvets and things like that, so there was kind of pattern wallpaper in the background, and that was how the starting point. I think, you know, it was a time where, just before the war, when it was still opulent and people were still having fun, there was a sense of decadence, and you know, it was that kind of inspiration. Yeah. The lengths felt right. It felt right to be past the knee and to, you know, have a certain sense of strictness.
I absolutely loved it. I loved last season. I thought this season was equally as strong. I loved the color patterns that he used. Again, his collaboration with Louis Vuitton was fantastic. The space was just so beautiful, and I think it really, you focused really on the clothes, and everything was just perfect.
Well, I started selling menswear a couple of seasons ago, and I think it was something that I started when I first actually did my first collection, and it was just, I don't know, I just felt like it. think when it comes to print and colour, when you do a show, you put it all together in a certain way. It's interesting to see how other women put it together as well. I think that the customer, for me, is somebody that chooses it by a piece that they love and they wear it in their own way. It's not necessarily something that you buy their whole wardrobe from, but it's just special pieces. And I think that that's kind of what I've always strived to do.
I was really impressed. I thought that, some of the stricter tailoring that he had been doing had relaxed a little bit, and I thought the colors were fantastic, and the prints as well. In a way, it kind of reminded me of sort of a more tailored Dries Van Noten. And I know designers hate it when you reference another designer in talking about their work, but I mean that as a compliment, that it had that kind of sort of bohemian light sensibility, but done in a way that I think is a little bit more polished and a little bit more urban.
They were all hand embroidered, so slightly pricey. Well, like that kind of deco, it's like, it was such an indicative of the time, wasn't it? Art Deco, Art Nouveau, those kind of like rich, embroideries, but it was just how to do it in a way that I love working, which is, in a graphic way. So it was a combination of those two things, the past and now. I think it's just, that it has an identity, that you can recognise it, you notice it, that it stands out. Whether people like it or not, it's fine, it's just whether it has its own, it's identifiable. I think that's what any designer should really try to strive for,